Oh, Matt Whipkey has played plenty of stages around Omaha. He just told me he played the upstairs of the old McFosters back in the Blackstone district, like when he was in high school.
That is so cool. Well, 2016 took him on the road as well with somebody you probably heard of, Dwight Yoakam. But what's on the horizon for 2017? We'll find out after this live performance with, here with me, Matt Whipkey.
Honey, I got this letter, said I'll be home come December, and this time it wasn't a dream. It was given at headquarters, that my name, rank, and number. It's the best thing I swear I've ever seen. Well, I've been missing Thanksgiving, second year running, so wait 2 more weeks to pick that tree. So I'll ask you not to worry, I'll hang those lights early. It's the simple things a man needs. We'll put the kids to sleep late Christmas Eve and make love until the morning. And if the streets they'll freeze in that December breeze, well, I'll have you here with me. Well, honey, I got this letter. It was the 10th of December, after dinner around 6:30. There was a terrible error, some mechanical failure as you went down into the sea. Well, I did just what you wanted, did not worry and waited every night so silently. Although it's not how we planned it, I'm glad that you made it back home to me. Put the kids to sleep late Christmas Eve, and it snowed until the morning. I heard your voice through the trees, that hard winter breeze said you're always here with me. Yes, you're always here with me. Yes, you are here with me.
That is Matt Whipkey. What's up, Matt? Good to see you.
How's it going, sir? How are
Merry
you?
Christmas,
Welcome
happy
back.
holidays.
Good to see you.
Christmas.
So, as we're talking, we've been talking about 2017. Everybody's excited for the new year, but let's look back a little bit. How was your 2016, and how much were you performing around Omaha?
We didn't play around Omaha a ton this last year. We were traveling a little bit more, like you mentioned, with the Dwight Yoakam shows, but you know, a little bit. But we're excited to maybe do more of that this coming year. You know.
So tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yes, the waiting room
Big
lounge.
shit. Look at you in action. I love. You know, one of my favorite things about watching you perform is when that hair starts to work. What is going on tomorrow night, Matt?
We are playing at the waiting room lounge over in Benson.
And when you say we, who's joining you on stage?
Brad Hoshaw and the Seven Deadlies.
Yeah.
So, which I'm
So
also
good.
in that band. So I won't get to leave the stage all night. It's kind of fun.
Brad
workout.
Hoshaw is going to be there as well.
Yes.
You're I'd say you're a prolific songwriter, right? So what does that mean for the upcoming year in terms of new music? And I know you've been writing a lot this year,
Yes,
too.
we wrote a lot of songs this year. Just kind of, they started kind of just pouring out. You know? So we got to kind of sort through the. I'd say there's like 40 or 50.
Wow, find the gems. How do you decide though? Because you've got to, I mean, there's got to be a level of objectivity there, Matt. When you're the one writing them, do you know what to hit, or do you need other people to kind of come into the process?
I think with the really good ones, you know, you almost know like immediately.
Yeah.
You know, like that song I just played is kind of an older song.
Sure.
I wrote it real fast. I knew I loved it right when I wrote it. You know, some songs take a little more massaging, more work, and then you realize, oh, that really has potential. And sometimes the audiences, they let you know.
tell
So are you
you.
going to narrow that down and put an album out with it?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
10 or 12
definitely.
songs? Or?
I think 10, 11 songs, and there might be. If I had my druthers, there's two records coming out next year, but we'll
See how
about that, yeah.
Dwight
Sights so high.
Yoakam. What did I grew up listening to his music, and I loved his performance style too. I always thought that was. What did you take away from watching him when you were on the road together? Was there one lesson now that stands out?
Yeah, every show is different. Every show it can be the conditions can be great or they can be like not so great. Even in at that level of entertainment. But he comes out and just it's like once those drums hit. He's just on. Regardless of everything that went on that day.
Yeah.
I think that's important to take away to approach. And I've always known that, but to see it in action, to approach that level of professionalism.
Well, let's rewind a little bit because we know about your connection with Dwight Yoakam, but some of the people out there don't know how that initially got started. Remind our viewers how that relationship began.
Well, he opened for Eric Church in Omaha a few years back. And I met him.
Were you hanging outside of his trailer, or what were you doing there?
Hey, Dwight.
Just through some friends of friends and
Music
mutual
channels.
connections. That's the cool thing about the music business. Like you can be just like playing in bars, but somehow you're only knowing two people away that are friends with whomever, whether it's like Dwight Yoakam or Axl Rose or anybody. It's all once you get past a certain level, everything's really more connected than you possibly think. You know? It's because it's kind of a small industry. So I met him here, and we kind of hit it off, just talking about music. And then I approached him about playing that show of his in Clear Lake, Iowa, and he said sure. And then we did it, and then they liked us, and we did another one.
What a compliment!
Yeah.
What a compliment! I've had trouble this hour keeping my pants up because there's some. I noticed we were watching the green room.
Yeah.
They just keep sliding down. But in the green room, do you want to explain what was going on off the top of the show?
His pants.
Because we take the
Your
shot.
pants are fine, right?
At this point they are, but every so often I have to bring them back up. What was going on with your
So
pants?
you have some pants
at
issues, too.
9:04ish.
Pants are an important part of any performance. They really are.
Of
They
life
are.
in general.
Right.
Matt.
Most
so
things.
With rock, you almost have to like get them tighter than you would just
Yeah.
walking around town or doing any other activity.
Right.
So you just gotta make sure is like what notch on the belt is
Well,
this performance gonna be.
I feel like I gotta
I
figure
like
out my notch on this belt. I gotta,
Yeah.
do I
funny.
gotta tweak this
I had a
thing?
great debate on whether to button the coat for this.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
tried
I
it
love
buttoned.
the cranberry velvet at the holiday season. I'll give you props for
you.
that.
I saw
well
one
done.
of those pictures too.
Well done.
Matt Whipkey's he's performing tomorrow night at the Waiting
Yeah.
Room with special guest Brad Hoshaw and the Seven Deadlies. Tickets are available at etix.com. Go check them out. It's going to be a
Look
good
forward
show.
to seeing what's ahead in 2017, but we're not letting you go just yet, Mr. Whipkey. We've got one more song from Matt still to come.
Yeah, plus we got a picture of the day that makes ugly look really good.